Happy President's Day. I'm Clara Park, and here's your food news for February 16, 2009. In our top story today, an Illinois couple was arrested after posting pictures of their iguana dinner in the Bahamas on Facebook. The couple was arrested under the Fisheries Regulations and the Wild Animal Protection Act for violating endangered species laws. When asked if it was worth it, the couple replied, "No, tastes just like chicken." In science news, old Sierra Nevada beer will be turned into ethanol gas. Sierra Nevada is installing an e-fuel 100 microfueler in-house to transform 1.6 million gallons of otherwise discarded yeast and brewing into the source ingredients for ethanol. This proves again that beer solves all problems, even the energy crisis. Apparently size does matter. 2 new world records were announced last week. A team in Bucharest created the world's longest sausage, coming in at 1,286 feet, while a company in Japan has come out with the world's longest variety of carrot, the javelot. The world records for hot dogs, bananas, cucumbers, white asparagus, and mushrooms are still holding firm.
I'm here at White Castle, where I'm going to show Arthur Schwartz the folly of his way. Like a lot of well-meaning and highly knowledgeable food people, Arthur thinks of White Castle just as some kind of a loathsome fast food or something. I make the case, and I think it's pretty strong, that White Castle invented the hamburger.
Josh may be a burger historian, but I hate to tell you where his taste is. Why he likes, I have no idea why he likes White Castle burgers. To me, at best, it's a study in bread. You know, I'm open-minded. Let's see if Josh can convince me that this is better than I think it is. So Josh, what do we order here? What do you eat here?
Well, obviously the thing to get here, Arthur, is, you know, it is not a hamburger. When you order the classic standard original product, it's not a hamburger, it is a White Castle. But that's just what you need when you're all hungover.
You know, I have trouble with this. You should not be going to a drive-in if you have had too much to drink. You're not supposed to be behind the wheel if you had too much to drink.
That was last night. Now I'm ready to...
Oh, in other words, we sleep it off and then we go for the slider.
Right, but the fact is that you need something that can easily pass through the intestinal wall.
And you think this is easy to pass?
That's why they call it a slider. That is why they call it a slider.
I want to be convinced in my mouth.
Very good. You'll see, though.
So the idea of eating White Castle burgers, if you want to call them burgers, on the back of Josh's, what do you call this, J.O. Lovemobile?
J.O. Lovecraft.
Yeah, Lovecraft. Now, we have White Castles.
Well, here, let me show you what we have here.
Okay, this is a normal White Castle.
Now, what we have, this is the classic product.
Okay.
This is what started it all.
Okay.
The sandwich that started a global revolution.
So this is the classic White Castle.
This is the classic.
The slider.
Slider. Delicious. You can't get another hamburger that has this proportion of meat.
This really brings into doubt anything you ever say. This is really stupid. This is, you know what I say, the most disheartening thing in my life is watching people enjoy bad food.
No, it's good.
And this is really bad food.
I think it's delicious. Even it is bad, but it's delicious.
Where did you grow up?
Atlantic City.
Did your mother cook?
Yeah.
Did she cook well?
Yeah.
And she let you eat these?
I was actively encouraged to eat them.
Really?
This is a refined, delicate dish. This is not about gulosity. This is not about gross feeding.
I love refined.
Now, if you look at this too, this bread here is totally saturated with grease, so it becomes like a kind of pseudo bechamel.
No, the cheese one I'm interested in.
The cheese one, if you don't like this,
the cheese I might like.
If you don't like this,
I'm first looking for the place that has the pickle, because the place that has the pickle and the ketchup is the best spot. You could take one big bite out of this burger and then throw the rest away.
No, you should never do that. Now this is the premium product of White Castle. This is an item of absolute voluptuousness. All right?
Okay.
You don't like this.
I'm absolutely
You're
voluptuous.
irredeemably prejudiced, I feel. You ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Oh. Well, I'm not saying it's as a hamburger. Don't think of it as a hamburger. Think of it as a meat and cheese petit four. It exists apart.
This is by far the best of what we've eaten, but it's still not a hamburger. Like you said, it's a meat petit four.
How to blanch. Salt, ice, vegetable of your choice. First thing, start your boiling water heavily. It should taste almost as salty as the sea. Next, get an ice bath ready. Then take a small portion of your vegetables and toss them in the pot. If you add too much at once, the water temperature drops below the boiling point, which means slower cooking and ultimately less vibrant vegetables. After a minute or so, start tasting for doneness and seasoning. If it's under-seasoned, add more salt. If it's over-seasoned, add more water. As for doneness, they should not be crunchy. And they should not be mushy. There's a medium between the two that you won't miss if you start checking them frequently. The moment they're done, scoop them all out of your pot and right into the ice bath. Unless, of course, you'd like to eat them hot and now. The ice bath shocks the vegetable cooking process to keep them from overcooking. You can see the difference between the bright green blanched beans and the duller raw ones. It's easy to dress up properly blanched veg into a beautiful dish. Just add a little extra virgin olive oil, lemon zest and juice, a little Parmesan cheese, some extra coarse sea salt. Then dig in and eat healthy.